Today I'm talking to Phil Grant, Managing Partner at Nexia ASR and a boutique accounting firm in Melbourne. Welcome, Phil.
Hi, Fiona.
Look, I know there's something you're really excited about because you like to be one step ahead of where your industry is, so you know where you're going. And that's the future of computing and accounting, and you're calling it cloud accounting, and we talk about cloud computing. Tell me a bit more about cloud accounting.
Well, cloud accounting is having an external organisation hosting your accounting applications, which means it just makes it more accessible to both the user, so the client, and also the accounting firm. So in simple terms, both people are able to access that accounting package on the cloud and interface with it and communicate information in relation to it, rather than having to transport clunky files either over the email, which is obviously not protected, or disk, which is cumbersome, and it just means that you're getting up to date, easily accessible information, which ultimately enables us as advisors to be able to be a bit more proactive and identify issues earlier than what we could have previously done. And it just enables the client to be able to interface with their advisors, ask questions, gets things resolved more quickly, and then ultimately be able to get a clearer picture about where their business is.
I just love this notion because recently we wanted to buy a new car and buy it for the business and through the business, and we had to put together a set of accounts, which we did, and Nexia needed to sign them off for finance reasons. And I remember you were saying to me, well, why is there this negative number on the balance sheet? It shouldn't be there. And I'm going, well, I don't know. Did I do something wrong with last year's journal entries or something? And there was no way that we could find out what it was just by discussing it. I had to put the accounts on a disk and send them off to Michael, and he had to go through them and work it out. However, if we had have been in some kind of cloud computing situation, he could have logged in and looked at it, correct?
We could have logged in, you could have logged in and looked at it, we could have been on the phone to each other and just talking about what we were seeing there, and we could have just fixed the problem or sorted out the problem
Instead, we lost 2 days in terms of getting this deal together. For me, Bill Gates wrote a book years ago called Business at the Speed of Thought. And this really seems to be getting close to that. It's taking away those time barriers to actually get quality information and make a decision.
Absolutely. And that's, I think, where there's no doubt our profession's heading that way. And there are lots of applications which are analytical, or they call them dashboard applications, which suck information out of the accounting software and gives you a clearer picture about where your business is going, where it's heading, so that you can make decisions quicker and address any issues or focus on any opportunities which you might have identified far quicker. And that has to be a good thing, rather than relying on crunching through numbers and then waiting for 2 weeks after the end of the month before you look at your accounts and really, that's a problem, or you might give it to your accountant once a quarter, once every 6 months, once a year, and then it's reactive. It's too late. So it just makes the information more manageable and simpler, and there has to be some cost benefit to the client also, because there's going to be less time involved in actually crunching through the numbers. And hopefully there's going to be more time talking about the analytical side of it and value adding.
I was just thinking, how far will this go? Will it be, let's say a client is in the middle of a deal, they're able to call up on their iPhone and find out their true financial position?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. There's no doubt, and I think people are able to do that now. I mean, there are lots of point of sale systems out there in the marketplace where it can be linked into a mobile application, and you can know exactly where you stand, whether it's sales, gross profit, whatever KPI you need to measure for your business. That's here now. That exists, and really any business that's not doing that is really well behind the 8 ball, and technology again's enabled that.
How far away is Nexia from being able to offer sort of a cloud computing setup?
Through our consulting division, we're already offering it. So we have a service called Virtual CFO, and that Virtual CFO service offering uses a cloud accounting package, which we're just starting to work with now, which enables all of that to happen. So it enables us to be able to access the information, our resources, which do all the processing information, can access them. So it's all available. If the client wants to access them, the client can access them. So it's here. Mm-hmm. So we're actually doing it with clients at the moment. In terms of the mainstream accounting practice in respect to, you know, the typical compliance work, I'm not sure where that's up to, but to me that's less of an issue. It's more about the client's application and the client, when they're using their software, whether it be Quicken, MYOB, or, you know, some other more sophisticated product, you know, what is the accessibility of that on the cloud? So, you know, it's evolving, and I think probably the big end of town have probably got a lot more money to throw at it, and some firms have done that. But that stuff will be available to everybody.
That must be exciting for you as an accountant. I mean, could you have envisaged when you first started that things would speed up to this rate?
No. Look, some people would see that as a threat. You know, they're taking work away from us, but I don't see it that way. I think arguably the compliance process will reduce, which is a good thing in my view, but clients will be in a position to have better information and will engage with us to analyse and work with them to actually make better informed decisions with that information.
Yep. Thank you for your time today, Phil.
Pleasure.
Sounds really exciting. I've been speaking to Phil Grant, Managing Partner at Nexia ASR, a boutique accounting firm in Melbourne.